raise your hand if you have ever felt stress in your work as a nurse. Some of you have raised both hands, maybe even a foot. A few months ago, I asked a few of our nurses this question: do you feel stress in your job as a nurse? An RN of 6 years responded, I leave after 12 hours and feel like a failure. Wow, that's heavy. An RN of 2 years responded, I'm stressed over time, making sure everything is done. I go home at night thinking, what did I miss? Do you feel stress in your work as a nurse? An RN of 32 years responded, listen to her heart. I no longer look forward to coming to work. I feel unlistened to, and I go home and I just cry. An RN of 12 years responded, I don't feel much stress. I organize the same way every shift and I do my work. I like that. And lastly, an RN of 2 years responded concerning stress, I'm stressed when I cannot give the quality of care and time I want to my patients. Stress comes in many forms. It may not be a fire, it may not be playing sports, but stress is felt by all of us. It's a feeling that is created when we react to particular events in and around our lives. These events are called stressors. During periods of stress, like running a race, the brain signals the adrenaline glands, which produces stress hormones, epinephrine and cortisol. The heart rate is increased, muscles tighten, blood pressure raises, breath quickens, senses become sharpened. Cortisol is released, giving the body more energy. Now, the truth is, stress isn't always bad in small doses, but when constantly running on the stress mode, your mind, your body, and life will pay the price. It's important for each of us to stop and assess our own life, to recognize how stress may be impacting our life, our work, and our families. I want you to take out a piece of paper and have a pen ready. And I want to share with you what psychologists have said about the signs and symptoms of stress. And as we go through these signs and symptoms, if you would write down, if you find one of the words that touches you, that speaks to you, write that down on the paper, and let's see how this works. Are you ready? Cognitive symptoms, memory problems. You forget things, you're forgetful, inability to concentrate, you're doing a task, you're doing something, but you kind of lose your train of thought. Poor judgment, seeing only the negative and somehow missing the good or positive. Anxiousness, stress can create anxiety in your life. Constant worry can be a problem too. Physical symptoms, aches and pains. I think all of us could write down that. Diarrhea, constipation, nauseousness, dizziness, chest pains or rapid heart, loss of sex drive, frequent colds. I really believe that stress creates a problem with our immune system, that we will tend to get more colds and more sickness because stress is straining our body's resources. Emotional symptoms, moodiness, just kind of up and down, just moodiness, irritability. Things just kind of tick you off and you react to it. Anger issues, you get angry easily. The feeling of being overwhelmed, I think a lot of us could write that down. Loneliness, maybe isolation, can be symptoms of stress. Depression, or being unhappy. Behavioral symptoms, eating more or eating less, not eating at all. Sleeping too much or not sleeping enough. Isolating yourself from the world and from others. Neglecting matters of importance. Sedating yourself using alcohol or drugs or other things just to numb yourself from what you're feeling. And nervous habits. Did you write anything down? Did any of these touch your heart? A survey conducted by the American Nursing Association reported that 70.5% of nurses cited the acute and chronic effects of stress. So it does happen to most of us, I would say all of us.